because I can't get to my laptop right now.
Okay. Are you good?
Who, me?
Okay, we're gonna start. Hello everyone, welcome back. This is another week of Let's Talk Football with Sha'Niece and friends, and I have my friends here with me, Rashad and Tu. You guys can go ahead and introduce
Gang, gang,
yourself.
gang, 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 gang.
That was a lot. That was a lot. That was a lot. All right, look, we're gonna jump right into it. Folks know y'all been on the show before, so we are gonna get right into this week's game. Now, even though Dallas was on a bye, I thought it would be still a great opportunity. Y'all can talk too. You can talk about the Chargers game. I'm pretty sure you felt the type of way about your favorite quarterback. And the fact that look, defense came up big in that game. So we'll actually start with you because we know Philly got the win. I mean, a pretty sound win over Miami. Philly, to me, in this game, I thought looked like the Philly we expected them to look like, which is really, really good. So I'm not surprised they put Miami away the way they did. I think Jalen still made some little mistakes, but I think Philly is Phillying, and they're going to be the team to beat in the NFC. Period. So we'll just go into Dallas. Go ahead, Tu. What you got to say about your team?
Oh, jeez. Be honest with you. I'm gonna say everything that y'all probably say. Um, we are who y'all think we are.
Oh, are we
Um,
all who Stefan said y'all were? No, no,
okay. Yeah,
Trayvon.
no, no. This is Nick. Say it, because I don't believe in that Dallas Cowboys. Um,
Oh,
I don't. At this point in time of life, I have to be real with myself as a football fan, as a realist. I don't believe that they are the team that can be beat. Like I think it's the Eagles. The
mm.
Eagles are good. Um, I know what my eyes see. I'm a former football player, and I do believe that the Eagles are better than the Cowboys. I do feel like even when I just saw like the Giants change quarterbacks. Like I'm like, all right, they made a decision that the Cowboys weren't willing to make. I'm being a realist as a football person and just being real. Like my team ain't it. Um, it's gonna be a lot of Cowboy fans that probably watch this show that's probably gonna disagree with me. But bro, we're not it.
So
We're
you
not
don't
it.
think that the
Like
Cowboys
we're
are a
good. We've
team that
been
can
good
be
for a
beat?
long time. We've been good for a long time on several ends of the ball. But nah, nah.
So that's really interesting because when I was generally, I kind of like I listen to sports pretty much most of the day between meetings and stuff, and I put my notes together during lunch. And one thing about Dallas, the only thing I was like, Dallas is always going to be a good team, right? Like they're not terrible this
Yeah,
year.
yeah, yeah.
This is not 2020 when everybody was trash. But my thing, I think I'm curious about Dallas is like they had you guys had a really early buy. And specifically, you had buys that actually benefited you guys because it's like mid-season. It's generally when Dak has his annual 4 or 5 week out for some injury, and it kind of helps you, right? It helps you bounce back. But with the early buy, and I looked at you guys' schedule, like it's not easy. And the hardest stretch y'all are going to have is in November and December, where you're literally playing a bunch of teams that are looking for playoff wins. Specifically, you guys are playing, you got the Eagles twice. Like the next few games, I was like, the next 5 weeks may be a little light. You have the Giants again, Panthers, and the Commanders, which I wouldn't count out Washington at all. You can count us out because I don't know who's going to be starting as far as quarterback. But yeah, y'all have a lot of playoff teams that y'all are about to play, which is like Seattle. Like I said, the Eagles twice. You got the Washington twice, and the Lions, who absolutely are going to be fighting in their division. I still think they're going to take the division, but getting them in December, they're trying to vie. Everyone's vying for playoff position. What is your thoughts about that? Like Dallas
Um,
down the stretch.
for me,
Yeah,
for me, as,
far y'all.
hey, you know me, son. Like until the Cowboys prove to me
The
that they
Cowboys
can
attack.
smack another team in the mouth, and prove it consistently, I don't buy in. I don't buy in.
The Cowboys are Dak.
Excuse me.
Okay.
He said that. He said that. Please
Yeah,
don't. Please, are you baiting me in to that conversation?
I
You
try.
you you want me to do that conversation?
I try.
So one, I don't believe that we are. Y'all can hear me right.
Yeah,
All right. So um, I don't think that my team is good enough to go up against the dogs in the NFC East. And I'm saying that whether you copy this, repost this, whatever, I don't think that my team is good enough. I love the Cowboys. I will always love the Cowboys, but I'm not a sucker when I be like, hey, I think that the Eagles got a better team than us. They
true.
willing to go hard for their team. Even when the Eagles are, I mean, the Giants. I'm sorry, the Giants are. Oh, what's y'all record? Think
Well,
what's
it's
y'all record?
bad. It's
Two,
bad.
two, two, and two
We're
and
what,
two
two
and
and
like
five, 2 and 4, 2 and 4.
five
Yes.
or some shit like that. Like any given Sunday, y'all could beat the Cowboys. The Commanders could beat the Cowboys. Like I'm not
I think y'all might split, to be honest.
like I rather ride with that type of mentality than to be like, okay, I'm about to approach this team and be like, oh, we about to beat the shit out of them. No, we're not. When it comes to conference play, Eagles, uh, Giants,
Oh
Commanders, or
shoot, sorry,
whatever,
I didn't mean to put that up
I was
there.
like, it's any given Sunday. It's any given Sunday. Who you going against? Who want to smoke? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's any one of them weekends. I can't give you like a full a full uh uh assumption that we're gonna beat y'all. Like I know the Cowboys are the shit. Like, but are we gonna prove it against people that's lesser than us? No, we're not gonna do
Okay. Well,
it. No offense to anybody that's a Cowboys fan that's listening to this podcast. I
I'm gonna
cannot
get a
vouch
call
for
after
my
this.
team,
I'm
fool.
gonna get a call after this. Just know that. I'm gonna have to
I
defend.
can't, I can't even vouch for them. Like I won't even argue with yeah because it'd be ridiculous.
Okay. Well, we're gonna talk about who you guys play um in the next 2 weeks specifically. I'm not really worried about LA, but we're gonna talk about Washington. But I'm gonna move it over to Rashad since we got to hang out
Yeah,
on Sunday.
yeah.
Even though y'all are still in the number 3 spot. Go ahead, Rashad. Talk about your
We're talking Washington Commanders.
huh?
We're talking
Yeah.
the Commanders.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go
jeez.
ahead. Go ahead, Rashad. Talk about your team.
Unfortunately, as y'all can see today, I'm not sporting no gear. I'm
What
not.
happens to the cutoff shirt?
Nah, not today. Not today. Not
Oof.
they. I'm fed up. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if y'all saw my man Jonathan Allen and his post
Pause. Pause.
game.
Why weren't you fed up about 15 years ago?
Hey,
I don't know
hey,
how old you are, but why weren't you fed up 15 years ago?
man,
One
just
minute.
when you ride with your squad, you ride with them. But I'm
What's
gonna
that
be
quote? Ride with them, die with them.
ride with
Bad
them.
boys
Bad
for
boys for
life.
life.
Hey,
Bad
yeah.
marriage for life.
Commanders for life, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not. I'm not sporting no gear. But come next Sunday, I'm right. I'm right back riding with my squad. But this week, I'm gonna be super critical on them because they deserve it. You know what
All
I'm
right.
saying? We playing a team that we know is struggling. It's like a wounded animal coming in, and we couldn't finish them off. They banged up on the offensive line. Their starting quarterback is out. They're already kind of weak at wide receiver. The team doesn't have an identity, and
And I'm sorry, you're still talking about my team, right?
I'm talking about your team. Yes,
Oh,
Oh
this
no, 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 no,
okay.
no, 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 hell
All
no.
right.
Hell
This,
no.
go ahead.
Hey,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, bro. I gotta cut
This
you
is
off.
hold on. No, this
You
is
can't
what
talk about the
no,
Giants when
no
y'all
one's
lost to
baiting
them.
you.
that's what I'm
That
saying.
bad. They're better than you.
That's what I'm saying. I
Okay, you
said
know what?
this is.
I'm gonna let you cook. Go ahead, because
I'm
I'm
saying
up
that.
next.
I'm saying that I'm saying that all to say, and we lost. And we lost. So for that performance, no, I'm not wearing no gear. And for that performance, jobs need to be changed. I understand we're not going to make any critical moves, firing any coaches right now in the season, especially with us still being kind of in the mix. But I think the writing is on the wall for Ron Rivera.
Yeah.
Eric
What the,
Bieniemy. It will be interesting to see
bro?
what.
This shit was spray painted like it was down there by Southwest. Like the writings that had been on the wall. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, with the new ownership coming in right when training camp started, is they couldn't just come in and fire a coach right immediately and then
yeah,
go on
okay,
training
yeah,
camp with no
right,
coach. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So, this was kind of a tryout for him, and right now I think he's failing. I'm seeing countless mistakes on his part as a head coach. Uh, and Eric Bieniemy, he's not making the proper adjustments, in my opinion, as far as what the reality of the situation. We have a banged up offensive line. We have a rookie quarterback, and he's not. The play calling is not making it any easier on our weakness, which is a young quarterback and an offensive line. That is, I mean, it's hard to watch at moments, and I don't know. I mean, these coaches get paid a lot of money. They are supposed to be smart, so maybe I'm missing something. But yeah, just the
You're missing something.
week in and week out, the same thing. Our quarterback keep getting sacked, and the offensive coordinator not really. I mean, from what I'm seeing, not making the proper adjustments or not even trying to make the proper adjustments. I could see if he was trying to do more screens or more wide receiver screens or doing something that wasn't working, but he's doing the same thing, and our quarterback is getting sacked. And
Wait. Can I jump in there if you don't mind?
yeah, go ahead.
Um, I think that there's a foundational issue about the foundation of the culture of what was the Redskins to the Commanders to, well, no, the team that had no name, then the Commanders. There's not much of a difference right now.
Listen, I said that. So we watched the game together. I said that I was like, y'all are still beating up your quarterback the same way y'all did RG3. Like, y'all never take care of y'all quarterback. It's
Hey,
been
run it back.
years.
The same way they did Jason Campbell. He was good coming out
Yeah.
of college.
I forgot about him.
But no,
Oh,
Jason
wow.
Campbell wasn't a scrub.
About him.
But go ahead. Speak your speed.
Yeah, no,
I'm
but
sorry.
I mean, y'all right, and I can agree. It is a foundational issue. I think it's deeper than just the product that's being put on the field. I do have some optimism with with there being new ownership and with ownership with that wants to win. When you talk about Magic Johnson, and others, I saw Magic Johnson tweet after the game. And he does tweet after piss poor performances. So you know, it's just sad. It's just sad when you see the team play up to the level of a Philadelphia Eagles and then seemingly play down to the competition when we play the Bears and we play the Giants, teams we're supposed to win. So
Right.
Didn't
My
yeah.
bad.
you like raise your hand and then like everything just fell apart? Okay, we just lost him. So it's interesting. I'll let him back on when I see him. So I was, of course, because again, you got me looking at stats.
Yeah.
Because you tried to call me out first week. So I was looking at the stats specifically. I was looking at the game stats for both teams, and you guys weren't like I feel like the score didn't match with the stats. Like Sam Howell got sacked 6 times, but Tyrod got sacked 4. Like the time of possession was pretty close. Like both had 14-yard drives. Like a lot, the game wasn't really lopsided one way or another. But I do think on the field, like what you see in the numbers and what you saw on the field were 2 totally different games. in my opinion, number one, and I said this, like Sam Howell got sacked 6 times. He got sacked 6 times against the Giants. I knew his total for sacks this year was high. He has 40 fucking sacks this season. 40 sacks. Like, that's, to me, I look at it as like, it's like after the wintertime in DC and you driving over 40 potholes. You're not gonna sit here and be like, oh, my car's okay, right? Like, you're gonna be like, after the first few, you like, hey, they gotta, folks be like, they gotta fix the roads. You get upset. And I don't understand how, as an offense, like you said, I would look at Ron Rivera top to bottom, right? You gotta look at Ron, you gotta look at Eric Bieniemy, you gotta look at your O-line, you gotta look at your offensive coordinator, your offensive line coaches. You gotta look at almost every single person on that offense and be like, why is this young man getting hit 40 times? We are not even halfway through the season. And, the stats have been showing, especially when you watch the game, they talk about where he's on par to be. But kind of like what Tu brought up, like Washington has had some really good quarterbacks, some really good prospects. And what happened to every single one of them, right? It's always injuries, and it's always, obviously, when it comes to quarterback, it's on the offense. And it's because they're not being protected. So I do think there is a change and there is hope on the side of ownership and all that stuff. But I kid you not, like, y'all are gonna be looking at Jacoby Brissett before y'all hit the bye week.
Bro, I cannot jump in there.
Jacoby Brissett to be starting.
I cannot jump in there just for a small second.
Okay.
I want to play devil's advocate, but the devil don't need no advocating. Bro, up here, the way I'm looking, it might be this way. The block up here. Shy, bro, like, y'all have very good quarterbacks. I would be lying if I didn't say, as a Cowboys fan, I won probably at least 3 or 4 of y'all quarterbacks. And y'all run them shits out of DC. Y'all run them out of DC. Like, Kirk Cousins.
Robert's back.
Excuse me?
I said Robert's back.
Robert who?
Griffin. He's back in DC. He loves the team. He's supporting. He's all in. I'm just saying. You said they ran him out. He's back.
Man.
Okay, all right. So no, we ain't gonna waste time on that. Basically, I think that the Washington franchise does need a revamping. And this is me being a friend to a friend of many of my folks that are Redskins, Washington Commanders, whatever the fuck y'all want to call yourselves. There needs to be a cleaning of house. And it's the best thing that ever happened. I'm talking about from the totality of just being fucking with y'all. Like, this is me talking to you, brother. Like, a clean house. Clean house. Because I don't need talking shit. Y'all franchise is some shit. It's some shit. And
I wouldn't say
that. It's no, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's no fun even talking shit no more. That's just me. That's just me. It's no fun even talking shit no more because I know how bad the franchise is. This is like, all right, cool, let them do that. The stadium falling the fucking apart. People don't want you to have a fucking name. The people, I'm a Cowboys fan, and I still used to like players. They ran them niggas way.
Language. I need you to bring it down like 2 notches.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
language.
I need to bring it down like 2.
I'm
2 of your notches. There we go. Go. Are you
okay?
Go ahead.
There has been several instances where I've seen the Washington franchise drop the ball. Is that okay?
Yeah, and hopefully with the new ownership,
respectfully,
we should see some changes with new ownership in the building. A lot of that was on Dan Snyder too, though. A lot of that.
So I have 2 questions really quickly for you, Rashad, before I go ahead and cook you.
You deserve it.
I don't know how, because you really did start when I said talk about your team, and you decided to fry my team to talk about your team. But we'll don't worry, we'll come for that.
Because we lost to a sub.
Hey, bro, the Giants about to blow out the Commanders. I see it.
you came for my team for no reason, but that's fine. That's neither here nor there. So my question is, like you said, y'all went into overtime with the Eagles, right? Like,
Yeah.
obviously y'all are gonna, like I mean, we've talked about it the past weeks, which is like the identity of Washington, the ups and downs. Like, y'all play really good against one team and then fall off with another. You can't really call it, right? Y'all played hard against the Eagles, which is why I was like, look, we might get beat by we might get swept by the whole NFC East, right? But that game was, like I said, I think on the field was a little more lopsided. What do you think y'all are going to do against the Eagles, which y'all do have coming up, like another divisional
Uh,
game? And not only
uh.
that, this game is
Oh,
going to,
wait,
this game
that's
could
this weekend.
switch the standings. Yeah,
Mhm.
they play Eagles. So, like, what do y'all have planned after that game? Again, 6 sacks on your quarterback, 40 total, and you're coming up against the Eagles team where, when y'all played them a few weeks ago, the Eagles were struggling. The Eagles might have got their wings aligned, right? So, like, what are your thoughts about what the team needs to do? Because we'll talk about the game, towards the end. But what do you think your Washington Commanders need to do before or getting prepared for the Eagles? And I have a little thing which I thought about on my way home, which is, should y'all be going after Kirk Cousins? Bring Kirk Cousins back?
Okay, so that's two questions. I'll go with the
That's the
first
question.
one. As far as this upcoming week, I'll be lying if I said I was confident going into this week after the performance I saw last week against the Giants. But at the end of the day, these are professional athletes, and they have a lot of pride. And I hate to say it this early in the season, but I mean, this is almost like a must win for the team as far as which way this season can go. Because it's two ways it's going to go. And there's no more moral victories. It's not, oh, we got close, but we still lost. It has to be a win this time, because after a loss like that to the Giants, this season can go two ways. You go out there, you lose to the Eagles, and it's another piss poor performance.
We're up. Like, if we beat the Jets and y'all lose to the Eagles, y'all in the
We will fall in the cellar, yes.
Yeah.
And
we'll be out of purgatory.
y'all will. And what else? Another thing that will happen, the players will stop responding to the coaching. Because if we lose, if we lose and it's in a blowout fashion, those coaches are going to lose that locker room, which can make the whole season go downhill from even where it is now.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Finish that statement. I have a small follow-up.
But the other side of it is we can get a big win that nobody expects us to get, go 4-4, gain momentum, and go into go up against New England the following week and win, and then take the momentum up, and the season can go that way. It can go up. So this is a key point in our season, pretty much based off of the type of losses we have against teams that have been losing to everyone. If we can beat a team that nobody expects us to beat, definitely erase at least that loss against the Giants the previous week.
So one thing you said, and I always hear it a lot, like when you lose the locker room, right?
Yeah.
Which we know last year for you guys, it was Carson Wentz, who, they say he lost the locker room.
Yeah.
What exactly, especially as a former college player, have you ever been in that type of situation? And what exactly does that really mean? Because I don't know if everyone knows what it means to say, like, when you lose the locker room as a coach or as a quarterback. Because I don't think, just from what you saw, I don't think they don't like the kid, right? Like, they're just not protecting him well.
Yeah.
But I do agree on the coaching side.
Hey, Sha'Niece. Hey, can I ask? Hey, Sha, did you ever want to go with somebody that didn't do their assignment? Be honest, fool. Be honest, fool. Like, somebody, like, if you did your assignment on like a cover 2 or cover 3.
Yeah.
Hey, another dude didn't do their assignment, but you know you did your job. Did you want to go off?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, we see, yeah, you're gonna see that. You're gonna see that in sports all the time. Yeah, it's gonna be a heated, especially if we give up a big play that we know it shouldn't have happened. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely, yeah. I feel like everybody has had those moments, whether it's in a game or in practice, or especially training camp. I'd probably say training camp when you
You
tired.
know you had safety help over top.
What's that?
You talking about when you had safety help over
If
top
you're
and you
supposed to have safety help, yeah, or you're supposed to have it could be safety help, it could be linebackers coming to the flats, it could be a
yeah,
number of
yeah,
things, you
yeah,
know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Yeah, just plain old missed assignments, you know what I'm saying? My coach back in the day used to say DYDJ, do your damn job. That's what he used to
Yeah,
say.
do your damn job. Hey, Sha'Niece, can I pivot on this conversation that we're having? Hey, so,
No,
hey,
because I hold on, too. Hold on. No, I had a question. You interrupted, and I still have to talk.
I'm
So
sorry, I'm sorry, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
so let's bring it back a second. Rashad, can you answer the last question I had, which was about losing the locker room? Because you said that, and I think as a former player, you obviously believe that. So like I said, what exactly what does that mean? Like, could you
It's
break what that really means down?
I mean, like when you just lose the respect of your teammates, and it could be, or you lose the respect of your players. Like, you know, it's just like stuff that your coach says can motivate you, get you riled up, get you ready to play, give you what we think is that extra, just to get the win. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
when you got
yeah.
a coach that you respond to, like you'll run through a brick wall for him. Like you'll really go out there and play everything. And like when you mess up, you really feel like, damn, I just let my players down. I just let my coach down. Like it really hurts you, and it makes you
Uh-huh.
try to lock in that much more to play for other people. Like,
Uh,
but when you lose respect for somebody for whatever reason, whether it's their play or, I mean, some people just not good. So you can't. I necessarily won't lose respect for somebody if they can't get it done. But if they not taking accountability, or they not trying to put that work in to get better, like you can lose respect for people like that. Like you see them
yeah.
in the weight room, they not going hard, or they skipping out on laps or something like that. You can lose respect. And when you
Yeah.
do lose respect for people, like, or if you kind of lose respect for your coach, you don't have that same attitude. Like you don't have that same attitude. It's more of a like, oh, I'm just playing. I'm playing for me now. I'm getting my stats. And like, if he mad about something, I don't even care. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of tuning him out. Like, so
Okay.
yeah. That, I mean, that's just from my experience. That's how I see it. So like, yeah, you play harder for people you got respect for. And one thing we experienced last year, it seemed like the team galvanized a little bit more around Heineke
Yeah.
than Carson Wentz.
Right. Hey.
Yeah. No, that's a very good entry.
Shade, did I say that? Did I
Yeah.
not say it?
So I mean, I definitely agree. I'll go ahead and go into the
Oh, Sha'Niece,
Giants.
before you go, because you asked another question about Kirk Cousins.
Oh, yes. Listen, the trade deadline's coming up. That's gonna be the next topic after I go ahead. But yeah, I mean,
I
the
made this quick.
Vikings might be trying to move off Kirk Cousins.
Well, they're not gonna move off of him this season.
Okay.
And he has a no trade clause, so he had to
Yeah, he gets to
sign off
choose.
on it. He's already said he's not gonna. He wants to finish out Minnesota this year. He has 1 year on his contract.
Oh,
Yeah, this is his last year. He can be a free
Hold,
agent.
hold,
Yeah,
hold, buddy.
yeah.
Um, I want y'all to hear me. Um, I think that Kirk Cousins is the most underrated quarterback that could be a winner that people
I'm
sleep
not.
on.
But see, my thing is not Kirk
I
Cousins
swear to God.
winning.
Like,
It's more so for Howell. I think Howell is a good, like you said. I think Howell's a good quarterback. Like I said, outside of the fact that y'all got to protect him, but who is he actually developing under. And to me, Kirk Cousins, like I watched the quarterback series, he clearly, I mean, he feels a little bit of a way about Washington, but he doesn't have like bad blood with
Yeah, he
Washington.
doesn't. He
And
doesn't.
so I feel like the opportunity that could be with having Kirk Cousins come back is the fact that he can be that veteran quarterback that Sam Howell can look to and develop, because we watched the game together. There were just some bad passes, bad reads, like, moments where you're like, what is he doing? So it's like, the reason why I was thinking Kirk Cousins was because I do know he has a no trade clause, but I didn't know he was trying to stay in Minnesota.
But
But I
but
thought it
that,
could
but
be.
but that but that's business stuff. That's business stuff. When you look at a man in their eyes and see what they want to do, like I can't say Kirk Cousins is a bad quarterback.
Yeah,
I can't.
yeah, absolutely
Like
not. But
like
I think if we're talking
when it's
about
time,
longevity, if we're
who
talking about longevity,
if you open, you open. If you run the play, you run the play. And Kirk Cousins always gets it done. And he's proven to you over time that he will make sure that you're there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, has he had some bad deals? Yes.
again, being with Washington right behind RG3. But that's why I brought up the whole Kirk Cousins thing. That's why I brought up the Kirk Cousins thing. I was just curious if you thought, it made sense to bring him back, or
If he becomes a free agent next year, it
like,
would.
do you think Washington should go after him?
I think everything would have to align, and if it would also, if this season was a disaster, Kirk Cousins could end up being one of the better scenarios for our quarterback
Absolutely.
position. So I wouldn't rule it out. I'm not against that. Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback. I wouldn't be against it, and it seems like his wife liked the area, DC area. So that sometimes the wife make the decision. So she
Yo, did you watch the show
area in the
Quarterbacks?
little quarterback series on Netflix. She said that was our home. That's where we had our kid. Like it was. I really
Yeah,
wanted to go.
that's what I'm like. They don't have bad blood with Washington or coming
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
she clearly makes the decisions even on the clothing, because that is even that suit he wore this past week. I was like, what are you?
oh
Anyway,
yeah. Nah, we ain't. Yeah, we ain't gonna get to all that. Clothing, yeah.
so again, we're gonna get to my Giants with a very solid win with Tyrod Taylor. I did my spiel last week when it came to the Buffalo game, and to me, Tyrod stepped it up. Like, he clearly showed that he understood the mistake he made. He realized that honestly he lost that game for us. There were throws he made that, again, that first half decision he made, that ended up resulting in a loss, because again, Buffalo was not good, and honestly, I think Buffalo is not good, which we are going to get into. But Tyrod looked good. He did have 4 sacks. Y'all did get after him, but it was a lot less yards lost. I think we had 29 yards lost compared to y'all 60 something or 50. With no picks, which is always big. Even though we did have one very, very costly turnover. To me, Tyrod got the offense going early, very, very quick. Even last week in the Buffalo game, like, just seeing how quickly he was getting the ball out. And part of me was like, maybe it's because he's a little slimmer and a little smaller than Daniel Jones. Like, his reaction time was just a little quicker. But getting them off to a very strong start, specifically in the first half, getting our first offensive touchdown for the first time in 3 games, 2 overall, should have been 3. I feel like my Giants had a B grade overall. You see how I'm talking about my team in a positive manner instead of talking about other people's team. So anyway,
hit with a stray. Y'all got hit with a stray.
but I think we had a B overall, B game. What would have made this Giants team look great, and what would have made me feel a little bit more hopeful is, number one, the costly turnovers by veterans, if you will, on our teams, or leaders on our team, were wildly. It was just it was mind-boggling. Sterling Shepard, who when we drafted him, Sterling was supposed to be that guy. He was supposed to be the second coming of Victor Cruz, and he has been hands down one of the biggest disappointments. And I think because he's not as flashy as Odell, he's been one of the biggest kind of like disruptors for the team. Like there was an issue a few years back with him and Evan Ingram when he was on the team. Like Sterling Shepard has been nothing but, to me, chaos in the Giants organization. But because he hasn't been good and he's been injured, he's been on the sidelines as a cheerleader more than he has an actual receiver. Missing that punt, like losing that punt.
Whoa.
Gotta, like, I think this is his last year with the Giants organization. And to be honest, if it with the trade deadline coming up, if Dayball, Joe Shane, if I get the if I get the alert that they moved off Sterling Shepard, good riddance. Like I'm over Sterling. I feel he was, and it's not to be rude, but at the end of the day, a fact is a fact. He's one of the bigger busts that came out of the Giants organization.
Wait. Hey, Sha'Niece, what is a bust? Like
To me, a bust is when you don't
when an athlete gets injured and they severe a injury, does that mean they're a bust or they're less than?
So to me,
because that's like, to say they're a bust is kind of like disrespectful. Like you're good, but to say they're a bust is kind of like disrespectful. But like you're good.
No, it's not disrespect. It's not disrespectful if it's true. To me, a bust is when you purchase something or you have something and you expect it to be something great. And specifically when we're talking about football, you especially when you're drafted, right? Like we're not talking about a undrafted free agent or something. We're not even talking about a late round draft pick. Like Sterling Shepard was a high draft pick. And what have you been able to produce? Again, the expectation, you don't live up to the expectations. Unfortunately, again, think about how many college players who are great. Look at Marcus Mariota. Where is he at? He's a Heisman winner. And what has he done in the league? You would consider Marcus Mariota a bust. Why? Because you were awarded one of the biggest awards in college football, and it didn't translate into the pros. That is what Sterling Shepard is, and it's okay. There's a lot of college players who were great in college. Look at, most of the college sportscasters. You got what's it?
I don't think I don't think that's fair because one, I don't think that's fair, and I know it's your show. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but like once you're out there doing the work, doing the drills, doing everything that the coach asks you to do, and say you pop a hamstring, say you just can't go no more, and
you should
somebody call you a bust.
It's not on maybe your degree. I don't know.
Like imagine if you were in that position, you specifically, if you knew you were the best track runner or whatever sports you play, and somehow you tear something or you rip something and you could no longer go. You can't call somebody a bust. That's not fair.
But you got to look at it different ways. It's because you got people like Grant Hill. His career was derailed due to injuries. We don't consider him a bust because when he was healthy, he put up numbers. I think like what she's saying is Sterling Shepard. Last year he got hurt, but prior to that, he was nicked. Like he had an ACL last year, but before that, he didn't live up to the hype of a number one. I think he was a first round draft pick. He never lived up to the hype out of Oklahoma. He never really put up the numbers.
Yeah.
And then he got hurt. And then now he's back. And then
he's not producing.
Went from
being right, and he wasn't drafted as a punt returner, right? Like I was even shocked when I saw him out there. I was like, wait, they got Sterling Shepard returning punts, right? And not in a sense of like, I'm gonna put a Travis Kelce out there as a joke, or
are we talking about Shane Sharp, bro?
He out there like
no, not Sterling Sharp, not Sterling.
Okay.
Sterling Shepard.
Yeah, Sterling Shepard. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, he was not drafted to be a punt returner, right? Like, when you get to that point, specifically when you talk about wide receivers, with what he was supposed to be, when you get all the way down to that point, it's like, this is kind of your last, like, hoorah. But like I said, that was a costly mistake. And then, of course, Saquon getting the ball stripped at the 8-yard line, that would have put us up 21 points. And I do believe when it comes to Saquon, I have a lot more faith in Saquon, because Saquon is clearly galvanizing the team. There is a difference in how the team plays, how the team reacts, how the team moves when Saquon is on the field versus when he's off. He definitely has a presence in the locker room. And I got to go to Giants training camp. Like, they love him. Like, he's that guy. And obviously he's a fan favorite when it comes to the Giants. But those costly mistakes, because we're not scoring a lot and because we are a very low scoring team with a very soft offense, like, we can't afford that. And I think with Saquon, and despite, folks' thoughts about getting a franchise tag, not getting the bag and all that stuff, and the running back market, at the end of the day, like you said, like, these are professional athletes. They're playing this game. Say those are moments that you just can't get out of Saquon, because we're not getting a lot of production. When Christian McCaffrey got the ball punched out, nobody's like, oh, Christian McCaffrey, come on. Like, you're not going to be that mad, because you're like, it's San Francisco. They're going to score a bunch of points, right? Like, he's going to get in zone, all that stuff, right? When it comes to Saquon, it's like, we can't afford that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't afford to make those costly mistakes. I think our defense had a hell of a game. Again, we got to add Sam Howell. We added to that total to get him up to 40. I think Kayvon Thibodeau is doing so much better. I like what he's starting to produce, and he's getting going. I kind of wish there was a little bit more of a development jump from last year, but him missing that literally potential pick six, I do feel we left about 14 points on the field. And the big conversation is whether Daniel Jones is going to start against the Jets. I'll talk about that once we get to week 8. Week 8. Because I don't know how I feel about Daniel Jones coming back.
Oh no! Can I please?
What?
Can I? I think y'all back up better. That's all I'm gonna say. I think y'all back up better.
You think Tyrod's better than Daniel Jones?
I mean, get a nigga a chance. Like, please. Like, give him a chance. Only because, oh Jesus, this comes back to Little League football. Whoever is the best that make it happen should be on the field.
Not when you're making $15 million, $40 million.
But no, fuck the money though. Fuck the money. Like, who's gonna get it done? Who's gonna get it done?
So, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put that in a box, because we're gonna get to that when it comes to week 8. Because I hear what you're saying, but no.
You realize you make sense when it comes to money. I understand you, but
it's also no. Okay,
who gonna get it done though?
So like, should they take? So if Dak is starting to do bad, we putting Cooper Rush in, or we putting Trey Lance in?
Yes.
First
of all, I was waiting for you to say that shit. I was waiting for you to say it. In front of. Wait. You a Giants fan, right? Because I'm looking at it a different way than y'all see. I see you in the left-hand corner and Shaw in the other corner. Bro, yes. Fuck Dak Prescott. I will say he's not that guy. Put somebody else in that's gonna make sure we win. I mean it. I mean this.
Okay, hold on. So here's the thing.
No, do you want to quote me?
About it? No.
I know. Right? Somebody grab a pen and pad and tell me, bro. Shaw, you play football, right? Tell me how many audibles have you seen Dak Prescott do adjusting to the defense?
I think.
Be honest.
He adjusts sometimes. I think he adjusts. I don't know how many. But
I don't think he does as much. I don't think Mike McCarthy trusts him enough.
I think I think he gets option plays where like he got two joints and he can kill one or go with the other option. But I don't know if he's changing the whole entire plate or something
He's
else.
not Aaron Rodgers. He's not Tom Brady.
So how
he's
this
not
started?
getting that.
So how this started? So I make sure that it's documented. Stink. Um, do I think that Tyrod Taylor is better than Daniel Jones? Yes. Do I think that Jerry Jones picked better backups for Dak Prescott? Yes, I do.
Okay.
They were in case situation. Dak Prescott ain't that good. I don't know what game y'all been watching. Dak Prescott ain't that good. He ain't.
Okay. Well, we're gonna move on. So actually, since you are talking about your quarterback, trade deadline is next week. Who should Dallas be moving off of?
Mm.
I mean, you got the option. It's time to figure out, whatever team you got now is who you're gonna have. So y'all got a week. Who you think Dallas should be moving off of? And then Rashad, you're next after that.
So me,
Yeah. Yes.
monetarily, I can't go with the quarterback right now because we stuck with who we got.
You just said Cooper Rush is better.
He is. I mean, we could. But let that go for who? Who? Who we
Cooper
gonna get?
Rush. Let him go. Get some draft picks to get Cooper Rush.
I know. All we doing is elevating Cooper Rush.
All right.
We let that go, and who we getting?
I mean, get
Like
some
we
draft
don't
picks.
even know. We don't even know what Dakota Rain value is. We don't know.
You don't think he would have value right now if he was on the market?
All right. So
like if Jerry Jones was openly saying, "Hey,
okay,
we might be ready to move off."
Do the Giants want rain?
Oh God, no.
All right. Do the Commanders want rain?
Do we want who?
You want rain?
That.
No, I don't personally. I don't want that.
Okay.
So I guess that's the trade market. But I mean, look, it's about that
Who
time.
wants them? Who wants them? No, seriously. I'm not joking. This is not a joke.
Titans would be happy to have him.
That could be a spot.
It said who?
Tennessee Titans. I think maybe a New England Patriots would entertain it. I don't know. Maybe Denver.
I know.
The numbers
at this point, we're reaching. If we have to go that far, we're reaching. Is that okay to say we're reaching?
I mean, honestly, I think if it was out there, I think
we're
like
stuck
the whole
with him.
conversation with Kirk Cousins, I think the market would not be significantly different with Kirk Cousins being on the market than Dak Prescott because the range is pretty much around the same. You're getting about the same type of player. You know what I'm saying? So I think that you're devaluing and evaluating him.
Can I raise my hand in the class, guys? It's 1 minute. It's 1 minute on the clock. 1 minute and 15 seconds on the clock. Do you want Rain to be your quarterback? One, two. Sha'Niece or
no?
It depends who my options is.
Hey, Shot. Do you want Rain to be your quarterback?
It depends who my options is.
But no. The question is, do you want him?
Dak ain't that. I take Dak in a I take it. It depends who the team. If it's maybe if it's the playoffs versus 49ers, no, because he hasn't shown that he can do anything. But Dak, I mean, I think the biggest thing about Dak after his leg injury, he hasn't been running the ball as much. I think last game against the Chargers, I think we saw. I think that was the most I've seen Dak like get out scramble. I think if Dak got back to running the ball a little bit more, making that defense.
But that's not what we're saying, though, fool. I don't mean to draw. That's not what we're saying. He said, "Who do you want?" With 1 minute on the clock, the game is on the line. Who do you want? Do you want that?
You gotta ask me over a lot of. If it's over Sam Howell, I probably take Dak over Sam Howell right now. Yes, honestly speaking, yes, I would take him. And Sha'Niece should take him over Daniel Jones too.
So okay, you know what?
Okay.
we're gonna
But that's not
so hold
fair.
on, no. So the thing is, we are kind of on time, and like I said, I do have a hard stop in like 10 minutes. So I'm gonna let Rashad answer that question. And then we're gonna have to go straight into week 8. We're gonna have to. I
Who we
did want to
moving
kind of
off
get to
of?
one other one, but we gotta go next. Trade deadline's coming up.
For
What are
my
your
team, I'm not moving off of nobody. I mean,
really?
the most attractive people are going to be people with expiring contracts, like a Chase Young, Montez Sweat. But
Whoa,
no,
buddy.
I'm not moving off of
Oh,
them.
dude.
Those pieces that we can build off of.
Chase though?
Chase got 5 sacks this year. Chase balling. So, and people I think people are already trying to check our temperature to see if we're looking to move off of him. I don't think we move off of him. I wouldn't move off of him. He's in a situation where we can offer him a lucrative contract based off how he's playing right now, or franchise tag him. Good defensive linemen like Chase Young don't just grow on trees. And we know in this league, you need to have people that can get after the quarterback. Like I said, Chase Young has 5 sacks already this season. He missed 1 game, and he still has 5 sacks. Montez Sweat, I think, has 6 sacks. Both of those guys are the guys on our team that teams are calling to check our temperature on to see if we're moving away from them. And I wouldn't move them. I would not move those guys.
So at this point, so you think the issue is going to be coaching?
I think we stay put. I think the players we have a lot of talent. Don't get me wrong. It's just the talent is not at one of the key cores where you need it at the offensive line. We are struggling there. We need to invest some draft capital into our offensive line, and I think that will make a big difference. It will make a huge difference. The talent is not the issue. I think it is coaching and it is offensive line.
Okay, so look, no trades.
No trades for us. No. Stay put.
Okay, so look, I'm giving both of y'all 2 minutes on this next topic before we talk week 8, because I actually do like this one. Where are we at? Sink or swim, draft positioning, or playoffs? I'm gonna start with you, Rashad. With what we've talked about thus far, your Washington team being up and down. You talked about it earlier when it came to the game that y'all about to have week 8 with the Eagles. It's either up or down from here. What do you want your team to do when it comes to this idea of sink or swim when it comes at this point in the season? You think it makes the best?
Can I go first?
No, I just said Rashad. Do you think it's best to keep you got me putting on my teacher voice and I really cannot. Do you think it's best for your team to sink or swim at this moment?
I think it's best for us to swim. It's best for us to swim. I'm not big on that tanking stuff. Like anytime I lace them up, I'm trying to win. I don't care. So my mentality is swim. I think the talent is there on this team. Like I just mentioned previously, the talent is definitely there. We just got to get some. I think we just got to get some big guys up front that can actually block, hold it down on the offensive line. I think we can. That's all we're missing. That's all we're missing. So I think we swim. We swim.
Okay, look, I asked a question and I want your answer. Go ahead. To sink or swim, your Dallas Cowboys. I mean, granted, y'all are in a good position, but again, y'all got a tough road ahead. So 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Sink or swim.
No, says I got you. So for me, being a realist, anytime the NFC East goes up against each other, it's like going up against your cousin. Like you playing like 33 in the backyard. Like and you never know who's gonna win.
Right.
That's for me how I look at the NFC East. Like we could beat the Eagles. Matter of fact, the Commanders could beat the Eagles and then we lose to the Eagles. But we could beat the Commanders and then we lose to the Giants. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like matter how you throw the dice. It's in me.
Okay, so it's swim for you.
Yeah, hell of a swim. Like that's just what it is. If don't nobody realize that by now, then you're not grown. Like we could beat the shit out of the Eagles, but then lose to the Commanders. We know the Commanders some shit. No offense to the Commanders fan, but It doesn't matter if we lose to the Eagles twice or we beat the Eagles. Yeah, I can beat the Eagles.
I don't know. I know you're not talking about us. I know we.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, but y'all could though. Y'all could beat us. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I be talking about. It's like your fucked up ass cousins. Like
Two, I'm coming for you. I'm gonna go ahead and move on. So I will talk about my Giants, and honestly, I kind of want to. I agree. I'm not a fan of tanking, but I think the road ahead to make it to the playoffs because so many teams won. I saw some like weird playoff thing. I was watching Good Morning Football this morning, obviously, and they were talking about because Washington, the Bucks, it was a few teams in the NFC that lost. And since we won, we're technically not out of the picture completely when it comes to the playoffs. But to me, I don't need us to get to the playoffs again. I want us to at least get to 500, but I don't need us to be a super, super amazing team because what I do want my Giants to do is start to build the pieces for when we move off of Daniel Jones. Like, I don't need us to end up always having these like not so great draft positioning and trying to get these older veteran players because we just don't have a lot of capital. We are stuck with James Jones for the next 2 seasons. It just is what it is. I just want the Giants to kind of build these pieces so that when it is time to move off Daniel Jones and we do get a really, really solid quarterback and one that Dable can do what he did with Josh Allen, like that's when I'm like, okay, I can get excited about the Giants. So I actually kind of want
but
to
then watch Daniel Jones go to somebody else like the Broncos and win 3 Super Bowls. But okay, I'm sorry.
because you're
My
talking
bad.
because you don't believe that. Like that's not like here's the thing. I can see Dak doing
I know
what
I'm talking shit. I'm talking
Matthew
shit, thing.
No,
I'm,
but
I'm talking shit, boo.
listen. I can see there are certain quarterbacks who can be in that mid-range who I could see going to another team and streaking, right? That's just not Daniel Jones. He was on his way to being the clipboard guy anyway. So that's where I feel about it. But let's go ahead and do week 8 really quickly. First up, Dallas and the Rams. I'm giving you literally 2 minutes. What do you think about this game? And what do you think the outcome is going to be?
Y'all want me to go first?
Yes. I said Dallas and
So
Rams.
that's Rams. I expect to win. You know what? We're winning it. Not by a
Okay.
large amount, but we're going to win it. I think 23 to 20,
Okay.
23-20. It'll probably be the score.
All right. I'll go ahead and let you go, Rashad, because this is another divisional game, back-to-back divisional games, and you playing Philly. Y'all went into overtime. Was that 2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Philly,
Yeah.
Washington. What you got?
Hey, I think we're gonna shock the world. We're gonna win.
Who?
Win. I'm rocking back with my guys on Sunday. I think the coaches, they know that they on them hot seats right now. They know they on them hot seats. We played this team a couple weeks ago. We played them well. I think we played them well, and we played not so well against other teams. I think we're gonna make the adjustments that we need and shock the world.
And this
Hey,
is
hey,
it's
Shot,
gonna be here in
wait. Hey,
Maryland, right?
can I make an announcement? Shot,
Yeah.
I'll give you 25 push-ups if
All
the
right.
if the Commanders beat the Eagles. 25 push-ups on camera.
What is that? Okay, that's
All right.
25
hilarious.
push-ups on camera if y'all beat the Eagles. 25, I knock them out if y'all beat them. If y'all beat the
No
Eagles.
knees.
You said no knees.
No knees. You can't do the
And
little
no.
knee
And
stuff.
like, if the Commanders beat the Eagles, I do 25 push-ups on camera for bro.
Oh my
That
god.
all right, that's a bet.
And I'm gonna tag the show.
Thank you.
All right, bet.
Get the viewers up. So
Oh
we
yeah.
play the Jets. I'll be honest, I don't know. Well, no, I'm not gonna say that. I think we can win. We can beat the Jets. It's gonna be a very hostile environment because we're one of those teams that we share a stadium. So I think this is considered a home game for the Giants, if I'm not mistaken. But I think a lot of the pressure, I think if Aaron Rodgers was still playing, this would have easily, probably been the Jets game. But we're talking about potentially 2 backups going against each other, right? So I think the the pressure on both teams. I think the Jets are streaking right now. And it's really going to be about who really runs MetLife. Like, who is the team that really, really runs it? And I think if Tyrod plays and he can play as good as he has over these past 2 weeks, I think we can easily get the win. I think if Daniel Jones come back and he's not 100%, I am going to be worried because what I have seen thus far out of Daniel Jones this season does not give me any hope against any quarterback, whether you're a backup or not. Like, if anything, I feel like Daniel Jones' performance with the Cardinals is probably the biggest streak he has had. So I think we have a better chance with Tyrod. I don't think Tyrod is the future or where we're going to continue to go because, again, he's not our franchise quarterback. And there are things Daniel Jones does a lot better than Tyrod. But I think if Tyrod is playing, I definitely think we're going to win. It's probably going to still be a close game because the Jets have a really good defense. So it's really going to be about Tyrod kind of just getting the ball out really quick, similar to how he played against Buffalo. But that's all I have. And again,
wait. No.
What?
Do you believe?
Do I believe in Tyrod?
Do you believe? You gotta believe.
No.
So y'all taking the L. Y'all taking the L?
I believe I believe if we have Daniel Jones.
No, I'm gonna hold you accountable, son. Do you believe?
If we have Daniel Jones, our chances are a lot less as far as winning. I think
you believe, right?
With Tyrod. Huh?
So you believe that your Giants are going to
beat the Jets if Tyrod plays? Yes.
Okay, we got.
Okay,
it.
No. I need you to write that in the statement.
We have
put it in paper.
We got it on tape. It's gonna be on audio in 2 days. Like I think
you believe though, son. You believe.
I believe enough that if Tyrod plays, we got it.
All right, gang.
But yes, look, we gotta wrap it up because again, I gotta go.
But you believe. Now I'm gonna be watching the score.
Okay, well, if you have social media, go ahead and share what you want to share before we wrap the show.
Hey, follow me, Rashad Fox, Facebook, Rashad B. Fox, Instagram.
Okay, Go ahead too.
I really don't have much to share other than that. I may be having a production coming out soon, but all you gotta do is just follow me at 2TWO the Creator. We just did a thing at Throw Social DC. So just stay tuned for it. Hopefully, and then it may come out within the next week. So thank you guys for following us, and yeah, and also shout out to my sis for dating over 30 sucks because she got me a lot of followers. So gang.
Oh
Appreciate you.
Anyways, thank y'all for hanging out with me. Again, this is Let's Talk Football with Sha'Niece and Friends. You can follow us on Instagram at Let's Talk Football Show. The audio comes out on Thursday, and we are back at it after my Giants potentially win if we got Tyrod.
Hey, Sha'Niece, you gotta find out how to get the flex bomb. You know when you drop some shit, be like, gush.
I'm like that.
Yeah.
Go ahead. So anyway,
like the horns or some shit, like the claps and all that.
Okay.
Well, no, we good. Gang.
Right.
God bless.
Peace out.